How's it going, YouTube? Today I'm going to give you a basic rundown between the Polaris 800 Assault, RMK Assault, and the Polaris 800 Pro RMK. I have both sleds, as you can see, and they're both phenomenal machines. Let me say that right now. But I feel that each sled is kind of made for a different thing. Obviously, they'll both do the same stuff, but I feel one is more specialized for different types of riding. So I'm gonna start with the Assault. This Assault is a 2012, along with the Pro over there. The Assault right here I have is a 155 track with a mountain track, which is not standard with the Assault. They generally come with the I think it's called the heavy lug track. It's a thicker track with a lot thicker lugs than this. It's a lot more durable. It's made for a lot more durable type of, or a lot more rough riding. Sorry. Yeah. The only differences I know in that track and this one is the other track is a lot heavier. I know that. It's also a lot more durable. But it's basically made for. Basically, I put it as not riding on snow. Like, basically, if you're doing big hill climbs, and basically dirt is the way I'd put it. But it has some nifty things that are actually really nice about it. But the biggest thing I like the most is definitely these Walker Evans, the needle pin adjustable shocks right here. You have one on each A-arm, each front spring, and you have one right down here down in the track. They are phenomenal shocks by far. I like them because you can literally adjust them with the click of your finger, either softer or harder, however you like. I mean, softer for trail riding and harder for hitting jumps. The sled overall, and this sled, I don't know, you can't really tell from this angle, but it sits wider than the Pro RMK. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it sits about I'd say about 2 inches wider. But I also have it at the absolute minimum setting. Sorry about all the dirt. I haven't gotten around to washing the sleds yet. I have it set at the absolute minimum. Now you can set them an extra inch, half an inch wider if you want. But I'll tell you what, man, this sled is phenomenal for hitting jumps. It's so stable, even on hardpack. I actually prefer this sled over the Pro RMK for riding hardpack. Stability is a lot better on this than the Pro RMK. But with the wider tracks, or sorry, not the tracks, the wider skis, it runs into problems when it comes to loading the sleds. On this trailer, not so much. This isn't my trailer. My trailer's being used by somebody, but with my trailer, I have trouble loading them because I'll miss the guides or the tracks, whatever you want to call them, and I'll actually end up damaging my trailer. And that happens actually pretty frequently, and it gets pretty old. But another downfall of this is when you're riding in the trees. That extra inch to 2 inches, however wide it is, can make the biggest difference, and you'll end up... I've taken out a couple trees. I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but this is all damaged. I've tore out all this on my left A-arm because tree riding, I mean, that extra 2 inches, it really does make a difference, I'll tell you what. Which is very unfortunate, but overall, I mean, the sled is great. I would say that the Assault is made for the rougher rider. Basically, if you're going to tear your sled up and you're going to take this thing through heavy creek beds and drops and jumps and cornices, the Assault is definitely for you. Moving on to the Pro RMK, this sled, as most of you probably know, is the absolute top sled on the market. This sled versus the Assault, I have the 163 model on this trailer. I also have the 155 model. I'll do a different video and the differences between that track length. It actually makes a little bit of differences, good and bad, both. It has some pros and some cons, but anyways, different video. The Pro RMK compared to the Assault, this one has a lot better, it has a lot better powder riding, straight up. I mean, you can hold it on the one, you can get up on one ski a lot better, just absolute butter. I mean, I'm sure many of you struggle with trying to get up on your right side one ski. We all know it's harder, just because the throttle and how everything is. This sled makes getting up on your right side basically like butter. I mean, it's insane how much easier it is. And the absolute sweet spots of these sleds when you're out there riding and just riding through the powder and stuff and going through the trees even. I mean, finding those perfect sweet spots for turning and just like smoothness on this Pro RMK is absolutely insane. The Pro, how these skis are set, I think these are set in the middle, how I have mine. That's just how they came, honestly, from the store. I've never changed them, but haven't had any width problems or anything with this. It goes through the trees like butter, and powder like butter. I mean, in my Assault with the mountain track, as you can tell, the tracks are identical. I have the mountain track, but side by side, I mean, like the Pro versus a normal Assault with the normal track is going to blow it away in powder. I know that the normal Assault with the heavy lug track actually really struggles in powder. But I would say overall, if you're going to get a Pro, I think you're going to be the guy who wants to do the high marks, and the guy who likes to go through trees, especially if you're going to be a tree basher. Definitely go with a Pro over an Assault. Jumps and stuff, I know you can adjust the suspensions to make them stiff. This one is actually set pretty soft, this suspension, so I don't hit very many jumps and stuff with this sled just because I don't want to bottom out or anything. But really, like, you can adjust the suspension if you want, but I wouldn't. I mean, they come perfect. But yeah, that's about it. It's basically overall, I'd say, basically if you're the rough rider and you want to hit jumps, drop cornices, basically destroy your sled, go with the Assault. I think it's a lot tougher of a machine over there. It's a lot tougher of a machine, and I think it's a lot more durable, in my opinion. After all the crashes I've had, I think it is a lot more durable. Whereas if you're going to be the guy who likes the deep powder and the one skiing in the deep snow with absolutely like the perfect sweet spot without tipping and stuff like that, the Pro is for you. If you're going through trees, the Pro is for you. I mean, that's all I have you. That's all I really got for you. I mean, this is just my opinion. Both sleds, as I said, were absolutely phenomenal sleds. I mean, they'll go anywhere you basically anywhere you have the ability to ride, they'll go bone stock. So it's just kind of a personal preference of what you want. I'm actually, after this season, I'm trading in my Assault over there, and I'm gonna get a 2000 and might get a 14 or a 2015 Pro with the belt drive instead of the chain case. Yeah, I mean, I've ridden the Assault more than I have the Pro, and the Assault's a great sled, but overall, unless if you're a big adrenaline junkie, I'd say go with the Pro. I think it's a lot better sled, and you know what? These sleds, this Pro is hard to get stuck. You honestly have to work to get this thing stuck. But that's just my opinion. But that's all I got for you. I mean, overall, if you're the rough rider, go with the Assault. If you're if you're like the powder hound and the smoother rider, I'd go with the Pro. But that's about it. That's all I got for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.